You've probably been told that changing your financial situation takes time, strategy, and maybe a little luck. And while that may be true, there's something no one talks about: how much energy we unknowingly carry in our everyday routines, especially in the things we wear, the places we walk, and yes, even in our shoes. Now, this might sound odd, but what if I told you that a simple, silent ritual involving your shoes could help shift the heaviness you've been walking with for years? Not by magic, not by superstition, but by energy, real, grounded energy that builds up, clings to us, and keeps us stuck in cycles we can't always see. Think about it. Shoes are the one thing you wear almost every day, yet rarely cleanse or reset. They go everywhere with you, into stressful places, heavy conversations, moments of doubt. And with every step, they absorb a little more of that atmosphere. Over time, they don't just carry you, they carry what you haven't let go of. If lately it's felt like you're walking in circles with your money, your luck, or just your peace of mind, this might be why. What you're stepping into each day may be shaped more by the energy trapped beneath your feet than by the choices ahead of you. In this video, I'm going to show you something incredibly small, something you can place right inside your shoe, that may help you break that invisible loop. It's not expensive. It's not spiritual theory. It's a grounded practice, rooted in simplicity and intention. And for some people, it's the gentle nudge that helped open doors they didn't know were still closed. So if you've been doing all the right things, trying all the right steps, but still feel like abundance isn't finding its way to you, maybe the shift begins not out there, but down here. Let's begin. Part 1, shoes don't just carry you, they carry energy. There's something you've been walking with that no one taught you to notice. Something that doesn't show up on a bank statement or a to-do list, but quietly lingers beneath your every step. You might think of it as just a pair of shoes, scuffed maybe, worn in all the right places, but those shoes hold more than just your weight. They carry memories. They carry energy. Most of us never stop to think about what our shoes have been through. They've gone into doctors' offices where you braced yourself for news, into grocery stores where you calculated every dollar, into quiet rooms where arguments echoed long after you left. Day after day, you wear them into stress, into waiting, into compromise, and they remember, not in the way a person does, but in the way fabric and leather do, by absorbing it, holding it, keeping it close to the ground, where it hums just below your awareness. We clean our homes, we wash our clothes, we declutter and start over. But our shoes, they stay underfoot, quiet, loyal, and rarely questioned. And that's exactly where stagnant energy hides best, in the places we don't think to cleanse. Shoes are different from anything else we wear. They're the only thing that touches the ground with us. They're with us when we hesitate on the porch before asking for help. They are there when we pace at night, trying to figure out how to stretch what's left until the next check. And the longer we wear them, the more they pick up. Not just dirt, but vibration, memory, emotion. If your life has felt like it's not moving the way it should, if you've been doing all the right things but still feel like your path is heavy or blocked, the answer might be under your feet. Because when your shoes are full of old, low, exhausted energy, every step forward starts to feel like dragging through mud. That resistance you can't explain, that invisible weight you feel when you try to make a change, start something new, or simply feel hopeful again. It might not be in your mindset, it might be in your souls. Energy has a way of building quietly. It doesn't scream, it seeps. And over time, it becomes so familiar we stop noticing it. You might not connect your lack of motivation or the pattern of things just not working out with your shoes. But imagine this: every time you take a step, you're reinforcing a loop that started months or even years ago. A loop that says, survive, not thrive. A loop that whispers, hold back, not break through. Now, this doesn't mean your shoes are cursed or evil. That's not what this is. What it means is that, like everything else in your life, shoes carry an imprint. And just like stale air needs a window opened, stale energy needs a way out. When you understand that, it changes how you relate to your own movement in the world. Walking stops being mechanical, it becomes intentional. Think back to a moment when you truly felt light. Maybe it was after a long talk with someone who really saw you. Maybe it was when a bill got paid and you felt your shoulders relax just a bit. That lightness, that's what life is supposed to feel like. But when the energy in your home, your habits, and yes, your shoes is blocked, that feeling becomes rare, and rare becomes normal. That's the trap. Let's be honest, the journey of healing, of moving forward financially or emotionally, can feel long, and sometimes we look for huge changes, windfalls, breakthroughs, instant clarity. But often what starts the shift isn't loud. It's small, grounded, gentle, like resetting the energy of something you touch every day without thinking, like deciding that your next step literally deserves to feel different. That's why this ritual matters. It's not about luck or folklore, it's about awareness. It's about refusing to walk in old stories you didn't even realize you were carrying. And the most powerful thing is, you don't need to buy anything new. You don't need to announce it to the world. All you need is a quiet moment, a simple act, and the willingness to believe that you can rewrite your energy step by step. Because your shoes don't just carry you. They carry where you've been. But now they can help carry you toward where you want to go. This isn't magic. It's mindfulness. It's the gentle insistence that you're allowed to walk differently, think differently, feel differently. That even if your circumstances haven't shifted yet, your inner compass can. You deserve to walk through your days without dragging the past behind you. You deserve to feel clear, supported, and open to receiving what's next. And if all it takes to begin is placing one small item inside your shoe, something infused with intention, with peace, with possibility, then maybe, just maybe, that's worth trying. Not because the item itself holds the power, but because you do, and this ritual, it simply helps you remember that. Part 2, a quiet ritual you can do at home. There are moments in life when you don't need more advice, more strategy, or another plan. You need a pause, a breath, a reset. Not the kind that rearranges your whole world overnight, but the kind that helps you feel your feet on the ground again. The kind that shifts something small but meaningful right where the weight has been building up the longest. That's what this ritual is. Quiet, simple, no candles, no complicated setup. Just one item, one step, one decision to create space for something new, starting with where you stand, literally. It may sound too small to matter, but in a world that rarely gives you permission to slow down, to turn inward, to heal gently, small can be sacred. You don't need to believe in magic. You don't need to label it spiritual or ritualistic at all. What you need is a moment of intention and a reason to trust that your energy matters, because it does. Not just your thoughts or emotions, but the subtle current that moves through the way you walk, speak, choose, and hope. That current is what this practice touches. Here's how it begins. Find a small object, not random, not rushed. It could be something natural, like a leaf, something whole, undamaged, quiet in your hand. Some people use bay leaves, others, something else that feels personal and grounding. The key is not what it's called, but what it holds for you. Choose something that feels calm when you touch it. That's how you'll know it's right. Next, you'll cleanse it, not because it's dirty, but because everything has a history. Your item, just like you, has been somewhere. It may have passed through warehouses, packaging, even different climates. Before it steps into your life, into your shoes, you're going to give it a fresh start. There are a few ways to do this. You can hold it over gentle smoke, like from incense or a stick of sage. You can set it in the early morning sun for a few minutes, letting warmth flood into it. If that feels too abstract, place it in a bowl of salt water for a few moments, then pat it dry. These aren't rules. They're simply ways to say, "You're welcome here, let's begin fresh." Now, the most important part, you're going to give this object a job, a purpose. It will walk with you, not just in fabric or shape, but in energy. So sit quietly, even just for a minute. Hold the object in your hand, close your eyes. Let the noise of the day fall away, and bring to mind something you're ready to shift. Not a wish list, not a fantasy. Just one thing: peace with money, relief from heaviness, trust in yourself again. Whisper a sentence into the leaf or stone or whatever item you've chosen. A quiet affirmation, something like, "I walk into freedom," or "Each step I take brings clarity." Say it slowly. Say it like you mean it. Feel the words move from your mouth into your hand, into the item. Pause there for a few breaths. Let your shoulders drop. Let your heart soften. Now slip it into your right shoe. That's the side of action, forward movement, the one you lead with when stepping outside. Don't worry if it feels strange at first. It's not supposed to be a charm or a superstition. It's a reminder, a whisper beneath your heel that says, you're not walking with the same energy anymore. Some people feel a difference right away, others gradually. You might notice a lightness in your mood, a conversation that goes better than expected, a sudden sense that something has shifted, not outside you, but within. This isn't magic in the way movies show it. It's magic in the way soil turns to bloom when you water it with attention. You're not asking the object to change your life. You're asking yourself to stop walking as if nothing can change, and that's the deeper power here. Every time you put on that shoe, you remember, I chose this. I claimed this space. I interrupted a pattern. That matters in a culture that teaches you to push, to fix, to race. This ritual teaches you to ground, to breathe, to reset, not in theory, but in movement, in something as humble and constant as your own 2 feet. And yes, there will come a time when the item wears out, it gets soft, it breaks. That's not failure, that's proof it walked with you. When that happens, don't throw it away in a hurry. Hold it one last time, say thank you. Then release it to soil, to water, to wind. Let the energy complete its loop. And if you want, begin again. Choose a new item, a new intention, a new chapter. Because the truth is, you don't need dramatic breakthroughs to change your energy. You need quiet revolutions, the kind that begin not with declarations, but with awareness. This ritual is just one of many ways to remind yourself that your energy is allowed to shift, that you're allowed to stop carrying what no longer serves you, that even if the world feels the same, you don't have to be. So the next time you reach for your shoes, ask yourself, what do I want to walk with today? If your answer is peace, clarity, or lightness, now you know where to begin. It's not about fixing everything at once. It's about walking differently with something sacred in your step. Part 3, what you'll need and how to begin. When life feels stuck, most of us think the solution has to be big, something bold, sweeping, dramatic. But the truth is, sometimes what shifts everything is small, quiet, and almost invisible. That's the beauty of this ritual. It doesn't ask you to believe in anything mystical or give up your logic. It just asks you to pause, to notice, and to choose. The first step isn't hard. You won't need special tools or expensive items. What you need most is presence, attention, a willingness to take 5 minutes for yourself, not to fix your whole life, but to shift the way you walk through it. Start by choosing a small object, not just any object, something that feels whole, unbroken, clean. In many traditions, people use a single bay leaf, a simple leaf often forgotten in the back of a spice cabinet. But it doesn't have to be a bay leaf. It can be a small stone you picked up during a peaceful walk, a token from someone you love, something natural, grounding, and personal. What matters most is how it feels in your hand. Does it bring calm? Does it remind you of something gentle, steady, true? That's the sign you found the right piece. The second step is to cleanse the object. This may sound ceremonial, but it's really about giving it a new beginning, free from the energies it may have picked up before reaching you. You don't need incense unless you have it. You can simply pass the item through steam from a kettle, let sunlight fall on it for a few minutes in the early morning, or soak it briefly in salt water and dry it with care. You're not cleansing because the object is wrong or dirty. You're offering it space to be yours, to carry your energy, not someone else's. This is how intention begins, not with effort, but with awareness. Once your item is cleansed, it's time to give it meaning. This is where the ritual deepens, not because of superstition, but because you choose to connect. Hold the item in your hand, find a quiet space. Let the world fall silent for a moment. Then ask yourself, what am I ready to release? What am I ready to invite? Don't search for perfect words. You don't need poetry, you need honesty. Maybe it's, I'm ready to walk without fear, or I open myself to ease, to flow, to enough. Speak it once, then again softer. Let the words live inside the object. This is your declaration, not to the universe, but to yourself. Now comes the simplest part. Place the item inside your right shoe. Not the left, choose the right because it's the side of movement, the step that leads. The shoe you wear most often when going out, when showing up for your life. When you place the object inside, do it with care. Not as a trick, not as a charm, but as a quiet agreement. From this moment on, I walk differently. At first, you may feel silly. It may seem too quiet to matter. But something subtle begins to happen. You remember. With each step, you feel it. Maybe not as pressure, but as presence. That object becomes a companion, a steady whisper in your movement. Keep going, you're not stuck. You're walking into something new. The shift doesn't always come as a windfall or epiphany. Sometimes it arrives as clarity, as the absence of heaviness, as space opening up where worry used to live. Here's where the deeper beauty lies. You can do this ritual as often as you need. Not because the object has power, but because you do. You're teaching your nervous system that safety and change can coexist. You're training your subconscious to believe that walking forward doesn't have to mean dragging the past. This is not a performance, it's a restoration, and you get to lead it. Eventually, the object may change. It may soften, tear, break down. That's not failure, that's proof it walked with you. When that day comes, hold it again. Say thank you. Then let it go, bury it in the ground, return it to nature, or simply release it with gratitude. You're not throwing it away, you're honoring a cycle, a chapter you moved through step by step. If you're ready, choose another item, another intention. Begin again, not because you didn't get it right the first time, but because life moves in seasons and your energy deserves to grow with them. Maybe this time you focus on peace, on joy, on receiving. There's no limit to how many times you can return to this practice. It's always there. Like breath, like ground beneath your feet. In a world that asks you to do more, be more, achieve more, this ritual is a quiet rebellion. A choice to ground your energy in care, not chaos. You're not demanding change, you're inviting it. And that invitation begins with one simple act, choosing what walks with you. You already carry so much, memories, hopes, grief, dreams. Let this object be the one thing you choose to carry with full awareness. So now you know what you need. One item, one breath, one clear intention. A shoe that fits and a heart that's ready. Nothing more, nothing less. And maybe, just maybe, this is the shift that begins not when you get where you're going, but when you change how you step into the journey. Part 4, each step becomes a signal. Every step you take sends a message, not just to your muscles or your joints, but to your mind, your body, and the space around you. We tend to think of walking as something automatic, something we do to get from one place to another. But what if every step held more than just motion? What if it held meaning? When you place an item inside your shoe, something you've chosen, cleansed, and blessed with intention, it becomes more than an object. It becomes a companion. And that's when the ritual truly begins to live, not in theory, in movement, in repetition, in the quiet rhythm of everyday life. The moment your foot slips into that shoe, the one holding your small, sacred object, your walk changes, even if no one sees it. Even if you barely notice it at first, something shifts. That item is not just sitting there, it's reminding you, whispering you are not walking blindly anymore. You are walking with a decision. That's what makes each step a signal. Not a wish, not a hope, but a statement. I am moving forward. I am walking away from fear. I am stepping toward something better. And over time, those steps don't just shift your mindset, they start to shift your momentum. Because the body remembers. It remembers how it felt to walk out of a room after rejection. It remembers the weight of walking into work when bills were due and energy was low. But the body also remembers hope. It remembers freedom. When you add a quiet symbol beneath your foot, you are retraining that memory. You are saying, I choose to walk with something new. You are sending a signal not just outward, but inward. To the parts of you that forgot what movement without fear felt like. This is where the ritual becomes real, not in the choosing, not even in the placing, but in the doing. In the moments where you're walking across a parking lot or up your front steps and something inside you softens. You remember the object in your shoe. You remember why you placed it there. And suddenly you're not just going through another day, you're participating in your own healing. This isn't about pretending everything's okay. It's about honoring the journey you're on. It's about giving yourself a new rhythm to walk to. One that doesn't sound like panic or pressure or scarcity. One that sounds like trust. Every time your heel touches the ground, the message goes out, I am not stuck. I am not afraid. I am here. I am ready. You might be surprised by what begins to shift around you. A conversation that opens up. A small opportunity you didn't expect. A peaceful morning that feels different, lighter, steadier, calmer. These aren't coincidences. They are responses. Responses to your energy aligning with clarity. Because that's what happens when you walk with intention. The world begins to walk with you. And yes, there will be days when it's hard to believe it's working. Days when you feel tired, frustrated, unsure. But those are the days when the ritual matters most. Because it's on those days that old energy tries to creep back in, the doubt, the fear, the habits you've outgrown. And that's when your steps can become a declaration. I may not have all the answers today, but I refuse to walk in the same fear I did yesterday. Sometimes you'll forget the object is even there. That's okay. The ritual doesn't depend on constant awareness, it depends on presence. And presence, like breath, returns when it's needed. The beauty of this practice is that it doesn't demand perfection. It asks only that you keep showing up, that you keep walking, that you keep letting your steps mean something. And if you're someone who has spent years walking in survival mode, always pushing through, always bracing for what's next, this shift might feel small at first. But it is not small. It is a revolution of rhythm. It is a recalibration of energy. You are not walking from pressure anymore. You are walking from power. That's what makes this more than a ritual. It makes it a way of living, a way of remembering that your body, your breath, your path, all of it responds to intention, not dramatic declarations, not forced positivity, but quiet, steady decisions to walk differently, to move through life as if your steps are part of the solution. Because they are. When the object in your shoe begins to wear down, you may feel a shift. You may notice that something in you feels complete. That's not the end, it's the beginning of a new cycle. Remove the item with care, thank it, release it. Then ask yourself, what am I ready to walk with now? You'll know. And when you place that next item into your shoe, you're not starting over. You're continuing, evolving, walking not as someone who needs to be saved, but as someone who has already begun saving herself, one conscious step at a time. Every walk to the mailbox, every trip to the store, every quiet stroll through your home, they all become part of your ritual, your healing, your signal to the world and to yourself. I am here, I am enough, and I'm not walking the old way anymore, so go ahead. Take the step, not because you have to, but because now you get to. Let your walk become a prayer. Let your shoes become sacred. Let your steps speak what your heart is ready to live. Part 5. When it breaks, let it go with thanks. Everything has a season, even the sacred things we carry close, especially the ones that walked with us when no one else could. The object you placed in your shoe, the one that held your hope, your breath, your quiet decision to step forward, it too has a life cycle. And when that cycle nears its end, it doesn't mean the ritual failed. It means it worked. It means the energy you gave it, the intention it carried, the silent work it did beneath your steps, it all mattered. And now it's time to let it go. You may notice the item has changed. Its shape softened, its surface worn, maybe even torn or crumbling slightly. At first, it might feel like a loss. After all, this small thing became more than material. It became a signal, a companion, a private act of hope. But don't rush to replace it. Don't toss it aside like it's lost its value. Pause, hold it. Remember the first time you placed it in your shoe. Remember what you were asking for, what you were healing, what you were walking away from. This is the moment to honor the work it has done, to recognize that even the quietest things leave a mark. What you're holding now isn't just a worn object, it's a witness, a symbol of movement, of growth, of the days you chose to keep walking, and that matters more than most people will ever know. So how do you let it go? Not with guilt, not with detachment, with thanks. That's where the ritual continues, not in holding on, but in knowing when to release. When you feel ready, take a moment. You can do this in silence or speak aloud. Say, thank you for walking with me. Thank you for carrying what I was ready to release. Thank you for helping me shift. Simple words, sincere words, then let it go in a way that feels respectful. Bury it in soil where it can return to the earth. Place it in water, where it can dissolve gently into flow. Wrap it in cloth and set it free. There's no one right way, only what feels right to you. And here's something important, letting go doesn't undo the ritual. It renews it, it creates space. Not just in your shoe, but in your spirit, in your story. You've completed one phase of the journey and you're ready to step into the next. Maybe this time you carry a different intention. Maybe you're no longer asking for relief, but for clarity. No longer walking away from something, but towards something. That's the beauty of this practice. It grows with you, and you don't need to wait for everything to fall apart to begin again. You simply need to notice something has shifted. You've shifted. Letting go is one of the hardest things we do as human beings. We're taught to hold, to preserve, to cling, especially when something brings us comfort or feels sacred. But in nature, nothing stays the same. Leaves fall, rivers move. Even the sun sets, not out of failure, but to make room for another beginning. When we learn to let go with softness, we align ourselves with that same rhythm. So if part of you resists, if you feel the urge to hold on a little longer, that's okay. Don't shame yourself for feeling attached. Just remember, what made the object meaningful was never its material. It was your energy, your attention, your choice to treat something small with reverence. And that reverence stays with you even after the item is gone. Because the power was never in the leaf or the stone or the fabric. The power was always in you, in your willingness to walk differently, to shift softly, to believe in something even when it was hidden beneath your heel. This is not the end of your ritual, it's a continuation, a renewal. And as you prepare to place something new in your shoe, if you choose to, you do so with deeper awareness. You now know what it means to carry energy with care. You've seen how something so small can open so much. You felt the difference in your own body, your own breath, your own steps. And that's a kind of knowing that doesn't fade. In a world that rushes, that demands progress, that rarely honors quiet milestones, this moment of release is an act of rebellion. It's a way of saying, I see the work I've done. I see the path I've walked. And I honor both, even if no one else claps, even if no one else notices, you notice. And that noticing is sacred. So take your time. Let the ending be soft. Let it be enough. You don't have to hurry to choose what's next. You can walk empty for a while. You can let the space inside your shoe and your spirit breathe. When the next item comes to you, it will come not from urgency, but from readiness. And that makes all the difference. You are not starting over. You are not going backward. You are walking forward with more awareness, more trust, and more connection to yourself than before. That's what the ritual gave you. And that's what stays even after the item is gone. So here's your invitation. Let it go, not because you must, but because something in you knows it's time. Say thank you, release it, and walk on. So here we are, at the end of something small and perhaps the beginning of something greater. You didn't need to travel far or buy something expensive or wait for the perfect moment. You simply took time to listen, to feel, to shift, starting from the one place we often forget to honor, beneath your feet. What you've done here isn't just about placing something in your shoe. It's about reclaiming something that modern life so often takes away, the quiet power of intention, the ability to say, this is where I choose to walk differently. You've created a new rhythm, not in theory, but in action. You've taken each step as a gentle affirmation that your energy, your peace, your movement matter. And science echoes what ancient wisdom has always known. Our nervous systems respond to repetition, to ritual, to rhythm. When we pair a physical act with a conscious thought, the brain begins to rewire. The body begins to soften. The story begins to shift. That's not magic. That's you teaching your heart that it's safe to hope again. Maybe for the first time in a while, you gave yourself permission to walk with less weight. And maybe this ritual didn't change the world overnight, but it began to change the way you carry yourself through it. And that is everything. Thank you for being here, for listening, for opening your heart, even if just a little. I know life can feel heavy. I know you've carried more than anyone should have to. But I also know you're still here, still walking, still open to small beginnings, and that tells me something powerful about you. Wherever you are right now, may your steps feel lighter, may your energy feel clearer, may your days begin to feel like they are truly yours again. You're not walking alone, you never were. And from this moment forward, every step you take can be a quiet signal that you are ready, not for perfection, but for peace. Take care of yourself, be gentle, and keep walking. We'll meet again soon.